Formal charges have now been filed in a deadly shooting in Beulah, North Dakota, northwest of Bismarck. 38-year-old Shawn Gramkow of Beulah, North Dakota, is in the Mercer County Jail after two people were shot at Fanatics Bar in Beulah late Thursday. One of the shooting victims, a male, died. Gramkow has now been charged with murder, intentional, attempted murder, dangerous weapon, aggravated assault, dangerous weapon, reckless endangerment, and DUI. Reading from the affidavit of probable cause without the names of the victims and witnesses, quote, a special agent was informed that a 911 call was received at 11:05 p.m. This is Thursday about a fight inside of the bar, and the bartender thought one of the participants in the fight had a gun. While on the phone with the 911 dispatcher, gunshots can be heard in the background. The gunshots are heard in a group, followed by a time with no gunshots. The 911 caller can be heard asking someone if they'd been shot, to which the person answers they had been. There is another group of gunshots heard over the call. The individual, identified as Shawn Gramkow, then leaves the bar in a vehicle. An officer of the Beulah Police Department was responding with lights and sirens to Fanatics Bar when the information was put out over the radio that the suspect had left the location. The officer located a vehicle traveling south from the location, initiated a traffic stop on the vehicle, and detained Shawn Gramkow. The officer located a Smith & Wesson M&P 9mm handgun inside the vehicle on the passenger seat. The officer secured the firearm and identified there were four bullets in the magazine of the handgun and one live bullet in the chamber of the handgun. The officer secured the items as evidence. The officer spoke with Shawn Gramkow and advised him of his Miranda rights. Gramkow acknowledged understanding his Miranda rights and spoke briefly with Officer Newman. Gramkow acknowledged that he was the shooter at Fanatics. Officer took Gramkow into custody for DUI and reckless endangerment and transported him to the Mercer County Jail. A special agent responded to the scene at Fanatics Bar. Upon arrival, a special agent was shown that the male victim was deceased within the bar. The individual was identified using his Florida driver's license as PL, a 23-year-old male. PL had a pool of blood under his torso and on his pants. There was also what appeared to be a gunshot wound to the back of PL's head. There was no medical intervention attempted on PL, as first responders determined he was deceased upon arrival. A special agent was informed that a separate victim, identified as MS, had been shot and treated on scene by medical personnel before being transported to Bismarck for treatment. Special agent was informed that MS had gunshot wounds as well. Within the scene of inside of Fanatics Bar, there were numerous shell casings and bullet defects. Special agent was shown surveillance footage. Within the surveillance footage, Shawn Gramkow was shown sitting at the bar closest to the camera. The victim, PL, was seated at the bar near Shawn Gramkow, and the other victim, MS, was seated at the bar furthest from the camera. Shawn Gramkow and the victims appear to be talking to each other, but there is no audio with the video. PL gets up from his seat and begins to walk away from the bar toward the exit. While PA was walking away, MS stands up and walks over to Shawn Gramkow. MS headbutts Shawn Gramkow and starts a physical fight. PL then comes and joins the fight, pushing Shawn Gramkow in the face. Gramkow and PL begin to fight and fall to the ground. While on the ground, the fight continues and moves around the area in front of the bar. During the fight, PL grabs Shawn Gramkow from behind the back and holds him up, while MS appears on video to be saying something to Shawn Gramkow. During this time, a black handgun is visible in the front of Shawn Gramkow's pants. The physical fight continued between Shawn Gramkow and PL. During the video, Shawn Gramkow retrieves the handgun from his waistband and is seen being fired and striking walls in Fanatics Bar. MS appears to be struck at this time. PL and Shawn Gramkow continue to fight on the ground over the handgun. MS is seen kicking at Shawn Gramkow during this time. As the fight continues, Gramkow regains control of the handgun and is seen kneeling next to PL. Shawn Gramkow is seen on the video firing one bullet into PL's head and then firing two bullets at MS, who then falls to the ground after the gunshots. Shawn Gramkow is seen standing up, picking up a cellular phone off the ground and then a cellular phone off the bar. Gramkow then leaves the bar back towards his vehicle and is stopped shortly after by Officer Newman. Again, that was directly from the affidavit and the criminal complaint against Shawn Gramkow. I'm Neil Carlson reporting for iNewZ.TV.